1, 2, 3. This is the Cider Ranch Podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm Mike.
Good afternoon, all you chicken tendies and pizza crusts, and thank you for dipping into one more Side of Ranch. I fucked up the intro, but basically, thank you for dipping in once again to another little Side of Ranch. We are now at episode 21. Now,
21.
21. I can't believe that this is 21.
Yeah.
And I remember we just literally played the first episode again, and I listened to my voice during it, and it was so bad. It was so cringeworthy, but at the same time, it was like, these were humble beginnings from shit. And
humble beginnings from shit.
Humble beginnings from absolute trash. We have been grinding a shit ton today. I think that all of our pizza crust and tendies would like to know like what we're doing. And even though our last episode was keeping it simple, I would argue that it has been the absolute opposite of simple today. We have been going really hard with requests for people that may not respond. But I think that, again, a couple guests that are coming in soon are going to surprise some people. What do you think?
We have some guests. Let's just say we have some guests lined up that will shock you.
Yeah. This just inside of our chest has a couple of hard guests coming. Anyways,
hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Side of Ranch Podcast. I'm Jimothy. I don't know what I was doing.
Could you imagine naming your son Jimothy?
Jimothy Timothy. But in all honesty, though, we actually do have some pretty sweet guests coming up. And the cool thing about it is that they're guests that we genuinely want to talk to.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben and I were sitting here at the table, and I would look at him and be like, go ahead, give me an unattainable guest. And he'd be like, Mother Teresa, or something like along those lines, even though she's no longer with us.
Nope.
But
rest in peace.
But we were throwing out names like that, and we were just contacting people. I always say, like, I don't know, this is so new to me. What do I mean I always say? Like, sorry, I take that back. I don't always say. But to be fair, why can't we get these people? Why can't we?
Yeah. And the fact that we are still like building our following, that it's respectable, and the fact that I think if it comes down to it, we are still getting our feet wet. I mean, we're still getting our feet wet. We're gonna get there eventually.
Didn't mean to have wet feet. Yeah.
Didn't mean to assert dom and be fully submerged now in the ranch. Now I'm struggling to breathe because I'm engaged in a vat of ranch.
So when people say they're still getting their feet wet, what you're saying is they're stepping in large amounts of ranch.
My heart doesn't pump blood. It pumps ranch.
That's disgusting. So when you do cardio, you're not building your heart muscles. You're building your ranch bottle inside of you.
I'm building my ranch bottle. And the more cardio I do, the bigger the liter size it gets.
So does it just get bigger, or does it get like a stronger plastic?
I think we're now into like probably some like
cylindrical metal object.
Yeah, like you know what Gore-Tex. You know George Costanza's coat on Seinfeld was made from Gore-Tex. That's like what is in my body now.
I just picture like a Pringles tube, like just full of ranch,
full to the brim
in your chest.
Oh, that makes me want to puke.
But you know what though? It doesn't, because ranch is good.
It is.
Oh, by the way, best ranch out there right now is, in my opinion, the Bolt House Ranch. It's the low calorie one. It's like a Greek yogurt ranch, and it's like 40 calories per serving, which is like compared to regular ranch, which is like 80 to 100.
Yeah.
But it tastes so good.
Bolt House makes really good
They
stuff.
nailed it. It's like a healthy alternative, I guess you can call it, but it's, in my opinion, the best one. So I buy it all the time. It's so good. Compared to Hidden Valley Light.
Hidden Valley Light is just trash.
Hidden Valley Light, yummy.
Hidden Valley Light is garbage. I had one the other day. It was from it wasn't Newman's. What the hell was it?
Oh,
it was a different
Hellman's.
It was a Hellman's one.
Was it good?
Yes, it was really good.
Hellman's, that just came out recently.
Yeah, it was
the
really
Hellman's
good.
Ranch.
But well, going back to the whole followers thing. So I think that
good segue.
We are. Well, I mean, you know,
that's kind of rude, actually. We're talking about ranch, and then you're like, going back to this. But to be fair,
I feel like you've been asserting dom over me today. There's been a couple things that happened today that I haven't been able to talk to you about, and I wanted to assert dom.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I just don't like the way your hair is flowing.
Why?
I just think it's annoying.
Why? What's wrong with
I
it?
think that the way you're smiling at me right now is just creeping me out.
Okay, well, I'll leave then. I'll go home.
Thanks. This just in. Mike goes home to the...
I am in my own home. You're the one that has to leave.
Then jumps off roof into car. It's been
a pleasure, Benjamin, but now you are gone and no longer with us. Hey, what should I get for dinner tonight? Should I make food or should I order something?
Make it.
Because I got some chicken breasts on the counter.
Just like ING Direct, save your money. If you guys can remember that commercial, that's impressive.
ING Direct, save your money.
I think it turned into Tangerine Banking.
That's
a really odd segue.
It did turn into Tangerine Banking. But speaking of that, or how about not speaking of that, but going back to the dinner thing.
Yeah.
So what should I make with the chicken breast? I'm thinking like I think I'm gonna throw on like little panko crumbs on it and and cut them into cubes.
Do you have mayo?
I have mayo.
I
that thing that
cube
your wife
it.
makes.
Yep. So cube cut it up, panko. Put it, bathe it in like mayonnaise.
Bathe it in mayo.
Bathe it in mayo. Get
How
some
much mayo
mayonnaise
are we
in
talking?
there. I don't know. It's a better way. It still cooks through it. All
Like
the mayonnaise and the oil actually cooks it for you.
So just mayonnaise and the chicken.
Mayonnaise, if you've got like the Epicure stuff, like the urban garlic Epicure.
What's
Epicure?
Epicure?
You don't have Epicure?
What? Just tell me what
Epicure is like seasoning, but it's like you order it and it's got like totally different seasoning. So there's like an onion, like it's onion spice one.
What the hell is Epicure? Does any of our guests know what Epicure is?
I bet you everyone knows what Epicure is. So I use an urban garlic one. I use an onion one. I'll pop in like a little bit of like the Thai chicken stuff. Yes, it's delicious.
I've never heard of that.
It's so good.
Is it like a brand? Where did you get it? Where do you get it?
You have to order it. It's like
From
a
where?
thing you have to order like online. It's like if you want to like get Norwex, you have to like order it online.
So everyone knows what you're telling me. Everyone knows what Epicure is.
Okay, so after this episode, we'll make an Instagram post, and we're gonna see how many of you chicken tendies and pizza crust know what Epicure is. I bet you over 60% will know.
No, they won't.
Yes,
It'll be maybe like 5-10% of guess. I've never heard of it.
It's not like a well-known. It's not like a government.
If you just ask them what is Epicure, not everyone's gonna know what that is. I've never heard of this in my life. Do you order it online?
Yes, it's delicious, and you can order so many different things with it.
There's an everything bagel one that looks pretty good.
I actually have that one a lot. It's so good.
What do you put it on, like eggs and stuff?
I put it on my eggs.
That would be good actually.
You can pop it onto meats and stuff like that.
So is Epicure? Oh, so it's like okay, I see. So it's kind of like a Tupperware thing where like you have to go to like the online store, or you have to go to like an Epicure party to get the food.
Yeah.
Is there Epicure parties?
I'm sure there are. Like Tupperware parties. Bring your Tupperware.
Yeah, you actually can't get Tupperware anywhere except for those Tupperware parties. You can't buy Tupperware anywhere. Like if you go to Tupperware, and you want to buy it, you actually have to go to the Tupperware site, and they don't sell it anywhere else. It's really weird. I don't know why.
That is weird.
Oh, is it on Amazon? Let's find out.
I'm really happy that we're chatting about Tupperware now.
For some reason, don't ask me why, but you can buy Tupperware on Amazon.
That's Billy Joel's song. Don't ask me why.
Don't ask me why.
All your life you had to stand in line. Now you're standing on your feet. Oh. Anyways, so Tupperware.
I heard you're a big fan of Billy Joel.
I love Billy Joel, and I will stand by, and I will die on this hill that Billy Joel is like the American Elton John, and Elton John eats out of Billy Joel's hands. He's way better.
He doesn't eat out of his hands.
Billy Joel is way better than Elton John.
But once again, that's subjective. Like it's like when you said the Beatles suck.
But I'll be honest, I don't actually like Elton John's voice.
But that's fine. But you can't say he sucks or he's not as good as Billy Joel.
But I can, because it's my opinion.
That is an opinion, but you say it with such conviction that it's like it is the end all be all.
Yep, it is.
And
you must submit to me, and you must accept what I say as fact.
You fucking simp. Better watch yourself, buddy. I'm gonna come after you later. What? That sounded weird.
Are you actually? Because
what?
That would be weird if I'd be at home and you're just like,
if I came after you.
Yeah, I'm doing what I said, Ben. I came after you.
I came after you.
Following me in your car.
Weird, awkward. Help me. Save me.
You were texting last night. You seemed pretty upset. You seemed pretty upset at the Canucks game.
Canucks game was bad.
Did you enjoy watching it?
No, it was garbage. I fell asleep in the first period at the 12-minute mark, And then I fell asleep again at the third period in like the last 10 minutes. And then I woke up again, and it was just the worst Canuck game I think I've seen this year.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm sure everything has to do with the long layoff and the fact that they're not the same team as they were 3 months ago.
Yeah.
They haven't played in so long, but what a boring game. Oh my God, it was so boring. And honestly, if Minnesota keeps playing the way they're doing, even though it was such boring hockey, they're going to win, and the Canucks are going to walk away from this with nothing. It's going to be so bad.
You and I talked about this before, and I made a bet with you, and I said that the Wild were going to take it.
They've only won one game.
Well, I just think that the Canucks have always had a history of not performing well against the Wild, and it's odd. Like we've said this, we've said this before. I've said this before. Is that the Minnesota Wild? Sorry for any of our guests and people that don't know. We're talking about the NHL, by the way. But for those that don't watch hockey, there's some that don't watch hockey. We have people from Munkholzenhausen in Germany. They might not know what the NHL is.
So you're going to say, hey, the Vancouver Canucks and Minnesota Wild. Oh, by the way, guys, that's the National Hockey League. People know who that is.
Not everyone. Do you think what if our one listener from Ireland doesn't know?
I would put money on it.
It's like the Epicure thing.
I would bet you it's not. It's not the same as Epicure. You can't go to a Vancouver Canucks party, okay? Epicure, nobody's heard of Epicure.
I could host a Vancouver Canucks
Nobody's heard of Epicure.
Yes, they have.
I'll guarantee you, maybe 10 to 20% of our guests know what Epicure is. You don't put a photo up. You just say, "Have you ever heard of Epicure?"
Okay, done.
Nobody will. It'll be you and like two other people going, I'll use it all the time, and nobody's gonna care.
This is showing how out of touch you are.
This shows how out of touch you are when you said the Beatles are overrated and they suck. The same as saying
I got most people agreed with me on that one. So.
Actually, they didn't. A lot of people I talked to subjectively afterwards said that you are, in fact, incorrect.
You didn't seem confident when you said that, and you were very jittery when you said those things.
It's because I know that
have some more coffee, buddy.
I know that when you're trying to explain something to somebody that doesn't want to hear your opinion, it's impossible to get through to them.
Yeah, that is
so
the case.
That's why
I hate it when people are like that. Oh my God.
See, I've already won because you're getting a little upset. It's you've won when the other person resorts to
childish antics.
You nailed it. Well, thank you.
Or switching the topic.
Do you have anything else to add to that?
No, because I'm confident in my ability.
Yeah, you have a lot of conviction in what you say. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're a little irritated right now.
No,
I guarantee this episode.
I want to get back to the hockey thing.
No, but I guarantee we're gonna end this episode, and I'm gonna hit stop recording, and you're gonna be like, "Bro, I actually didn't like the way you did that."
I might actually say something like that. I might actually go to you back. Like,
just say it to me right now.
If we finish this episode,
say it to me right now.
Shut up. If we finish this episode, and I come at you over, I'm pulling a hatchet in my pocket. I'm fucking killing you, man.
Hold on. I'll bet you $5 right now. The audience can't see what I'm doing, but I bet you I'll get you to laugh. Ready?
There is something about physical humor for me when, for the audience, I can only describe it as Mike having a full-on stroke outside of his body. So, yeah. Okay, but anyways, so the Minnesota Wild, I have always said are basically the mediocrity, they are the definition of mediocrity in the NHL.
Okay.
The Minnesota Wild, I feel have always been the team that they're going to finish 40-2. They're always just kind of middle of the line.
They suck.
And for whatever reason, in my opinion, I think the history kind of speaks for itself. The Vancouver Canucks have always struggled with teams that are just okay. It's almost like they should have probably been playing against a team like the Avalanche to start because they get up for those games. Whereas that's the Wild. Yeah, I get that the COVID has thrown a wrench into a lot of different types of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, the game last night, and it just felt like a preseason game.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched most of it. It seemed like a preseason game. They didn't feel up for it, and I mean, once Minnesota gets a 1 or 2 goal lead, they're basically playing, 1990s Devil style hockey. They just play the trap, and it's just ridiculous, and it's not enjoyable. It was, I don't know about you, but it was actually really really eerie to see all the coverings of the stands. I asked Aaron, I was like, why does it say Edmonton? I'm like, aren't they in Vancouver? And I forgot that Edmonton was the hub city, right, to host the games.
Yep.
I don't know. It was weird. It was still really odd seeing it back, nothing had ever happened. But I think I just read a quote that said that the NHL had no new cases, I think, in the last week or something like that. So that's positive. So.
Yep, I agree. But the only I hear you. It's hard though. Like when you've been waiting for so long for hockey and you're so invested in a team, and then I don't know. They come out so garbage, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I still think like they've got a super. I mean, and we chatted with Rick Dollywell about this, but I think that they've got a super high ceiling. I think that they've got a lot of like really great talent that's coming up.
Yeah.
But just because they're still not good yet, they're not there. You know, they still, they're still having. You can still see like the easy mistakes. You can see that they are a young team. And you can just tell that they're not there yet, and you can tell that it's going to take probably another 1 or 2 years, and then you're going to see all of those plays. You're going to see Horvat. I mean, Horvat's established, but you're going to see Besser, become like a superstar. He already is basically a superstar. Yeah. Quinn Hughes, Pettersson. Canucks fans, the future is bright for the Canucks, and I am excited to see that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise us and they'll come back out and they'll absolutely dominate the Wild. I hope so. Like, I think they have a chance. I think their team is good enough to easily do that. I think they should be blowing them out of the water. Maybe it's just a bad game. Maybe it's their first game back. They needed to get the cobwebs out, and maybe they'll actually have a chance at doing something good next time. But they don't play again until the 4th of August, which is tomorrow. Yeah. And they're going to be playing 7:30 again p.m. Pacific, and then I'll be watching that one as well, which I'm excited about. So
they got to win 3 out of 4 now. The math is not in their favor.
They got to win 3 out of 4, but if they can at least win this next game, it makes it less.
Both teams got to win 2 out of 3. Yeah.
I just think if the Canucks don't win the next game, I think they're in trouble, because then the Wild just has to win 1 out of the next 3 games. Yeah. And then the Canucks have to win 3 in a row, which is highly unlikely. If the Canucks, put it this way, if they don't win the next game, I think they're done, because the odds are not in their favor. They might win the next 2 games after that, tie it up, but are they going to win game 5 and go 5 in a row? I mean, I hope so, but
you don't ever want a stat to say, okay, you must win 100% of your next games. Like you don't ever want that kind of stat. I know that we wanted to kind of keep this episode short, but I don't know about you, but I thought that it'd be really cool just to end off by saying that we were guests on a show a couple days ago.
Oh yeah. Loved it.
Yep. His name is Adam Lepuy, and he hosts it's called the Up and Adam podcast.
The Up and Adam show.
The Up and Adam show, sorry. And you can reach him on Instagram at Up and Adam show. Right, on Instagram. And he's just a super genuine guy. I mean, he was based out of, where is he based out of? He's based out of Toronto. It was Toronto. He's fellow Canadian. And just super genuine guy. He kind of has the same morals that we kind of felt as well. And when we were chatting with him, he puts a lot into his Instagram posts. So check him out. Like he puts a ton of time into it. And it was just a really good chatting with him. He does, like I said, a lot of the same kind of content that we do. He actually also chatted with Nick Smeriglio, but he just hasn't posted that up yet.
But that's coming.
And he's 21. He's a young guy. He was really cool to chat with him.
He's also a co-owner of a hair grooming company called Luna Grooming Co. Mm-hmm. It's also on Instagram too. They've got quite a bit of followers. They're just a shade under 1,000. Yeah. Even Adam himself, he's got over 1,000 followers. His show is just about to hit 300 followers, and it's a fairly new podcast. But he's got a big following already, and it's starting to transition into Instagram and social media. Yeah. And he's doing a really good job. And like Ben said, he's a really genuine guy and just has a really good talent. And we feel pretty privileged to be on his show and to be guests for the first time ever on a podcast, which is weird for us to actually be guests.
It's weird being on the other seat.
Yeah, it's weird. But it also felt good too.
Nothing felt forced in it, and I would have, and it's obvious too, because I would have probably said straight up, and I'm just blunt about it, because if I don't feel comfortable, or if I feel like something's just fake, it's like, okay, why are we here? Yeah, right.
It also felt more comfortable because we knew we didn't have to edit anything afterwards. Yeah, and we're just like, oh, thank God, we could just, it's his show, he can do it, that kind of thing. So I felt a little bit more. It felt easier to do it.
Oh, 100%.
Then to do our stuff, it's easy because it's fun, but there's a lot behind the scenes that we have to do with every episode and stuff. And with his, it was just fun because it's like you talk and then that was it. And it's all him. And he's going to be posting it soon. We'll let you guys know when that comes up. That's going to be a fun one. Anything else you want to add to that, Ben?
I'm good.
All right. I'll let you do the sign off because you're an absolute legend at it.
Okay. Well, thank you again to all of our pizza crusts and chicken tendies for dipping into one more side of ranch. That is now episode 2021 done in the books. Stay tuned for some more. I mean, I'm just so excited for our future. I'm excited for the people that we've contacted. I don't want to tell you guys yet. We don't want to tell you, but we have a couple cemented guests coming out really soon that are going to probably shock you. And stay tuned. We love you all.
We have some stuff, just to quickly add, we have some guests lined up, even going back as far as September or October right now because of their busy schedules. We have one in particular that we're really excited about that will hopefully be in September. We can't confirm anything yet, but it is something we're very excited about. And like Ben mentioned, we're just excited to bring this to you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks again to all of you crusts and tendies for tuning in to another episode of the Side of Ranch podcast. If you want to reach us on our socials, you can on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. And you can leave us a voice message on Anchor. This helps us to chat directly with you guys and to continue to build a supportive community.
Thanks again for dipping into a Side of Ranch. I'm Mike.
And I'm Ben.